I dare wonder to myself, what the fuck is he even talking about? Black women, enough is enough. What are like black women doing to you to the point where you're blaming all your problems on the things that they do? Is this going to be like another bigotry video of showing a few black women doing some like racy things, and then somehow this is going to broaden the brush and paint this as all black women? I don't know which one this is going to be. Let's check this out. I would never really understand how people like this are taken seriously. Let's talk for a second if you actually want some dating advice and shit like that. Let's move away from all this shit. We're going to move away from the politics and all of it. If you want some actual dating advice, like within about 30 seconds, let me help you out. Number one, stop watching and listening to videos of people that want to socio-economically deprive women of their rights. Women, no matter how politically they're informed or not, don't want no man that's always talking about how women are not traditional and how women have, a place to stay in and stuff nowadays, or how if a woman gets like a little rose tattoo or a nose piercing in their hoe. No woman wants to be with a man that's trying to force a persona of perfection on them. You as a man are not perfect, so don't expect a woman to be 100% perfect little freaking nun goddess for you. That world does not exist, and you will never find a woman like that. Number two, make sure you're doing something in your life. If you're in between things, you shouldn't be trying to date anyway. You should be trying to look for a job, going to college, and just doing the things that you can do to get by in life. And it doesn't matter if you have a job at a fast food restaurant. It doesn't matter, if you have a job at a factory, like some people. It doesn't matter if you have a job just like as a janitor or something like that. Most women just actually just want a man that's trying to make it in life. Three, make sure you're taking care of your hygiene and stuff like that. Now again, this is another topic that's doesn't have to be perfect. Look, every woman is not expecting somebody to be wearing like super nut hugger jeans and a button up every day. There's different kinds of women out there, like many different styles of clothing, and you just gotta find a woman that vibe with you the most. Don't expect every woman to like everything about you if you are 100% clean. Don't expect every woman to like you if you dress down. The fact of getting into a relationship and finding a partner to bond with is at random. But still, you should be mindful of your scent, be mindful of your hair, facial hair, and take care of yourself. And last but not least, I guess I can say, when you go out there either on the dating apps or in person and you talk to people, don't expect to get a girlfriend or let alone get a wife overnight. Trust me, it took me years to get married and stuff, and it took me even a little while to get a girlfriend. So I know how hard it is out here. See, I'm not gonna lie to you like these alpha male motherfuckers that tell you like, oh, in 3 easy steps of being an alpha male, I was able to get a woman in 2 days. Life does not work like that for most men. If you're a regular man that works for a living, you're truly just gonna have to take your time to find somebody that vibes with you, find somebody you vibe with them. And it doesn't matter what you're into. A lot of people think that if you're into like cartoons or anime or alternative music, I used to think like that, like, oh, you can't find nobody, but you can find people. You just gotta take care of yourself, be open minded, and be patient. Let's get started with this video.
All right, guys, listen up. We about to get active. Now, listen, before I get into this particular
Hope you got on
discussion
deodorant.
today, do understand why I am choosing to do a video like this one, because I know it's going to be a degree of controversy. I know it's going to cause some ish in the streets, but it is what it is. Over the past several days, we've seen direct examples of black women demonstrating themselves being completely and utterly out of control. Whether it be
What does that like actually mean? Black. I found a few videos of some black women doing some like weird shit in public. So now that means black women at large have to answer for the things that these video recordings of these black women have done. If what I'm saying makes sense. So these recordings of these videos and these incidents somehow branch off into all black women being responsible for everything that they did. This is literally how like white supremacists justify racism against black men and black women or any other races of people like Arab people. This is literally like the same shit for Palestinians are dealing with now. Like, oh, these Palestinians committed a terror attack, so now all Palestinians are responsible. Like, no. Just because you see a few people in public acting weird, doing stupid stuff, even if the things that they're doing are offensive and weird, that does not now give you the right to blame that entire race of women for the things that these few black women done. And like I said, this paints a picture of bigotry against black women, and it causes them to how it causes you as a man, I want to say, Because it doesn't cause them anything. It causes you as a man to be more reclusive and combative with black women. Most of our are just normal people.
From the more feminist side, which separates man from woman, black.
That's not what feminism is. Feminism, especially in its intersectional format, seeks to alleviate the oppression of patriarchal oppression that women experience in our society through socioeconomic mobility, and talking about issues that directly affect women. So, and even if you go deeper into especially left-wing feminism, it at the end of the day helps men, because when you really talk to feminists about a lot of their beliefs, they don't only believe in gender equality, they believe in things like anti-capitalism at its origins in the midpoint of the onion of studying feminism, as I have over the past couple of years. You get to the point where they want to reorganize society to a point where it's easier for everybody. There are no feminists walking around saying that we're going to keep men's issues over here and many issues and women's issues over there. They might say that sometimes when a lot of men, because you can have women talking about, workplace harassment, and then you can have some guys coming up, well, this one time I was harassed in the workplace, where's my movement at? And then women be like, hey, we're talking about women's issues. That's the only time you'll see that. But, like I said, how is this guy taken seriously as, somebody that a lot of you people really take advice from?
Man from black woman, to the much more pop culture rap doing nasty and disgusting things for goddamn clicks and views. What I wanted to go through to.
Alright, that's enough. Stop.
Kazuki International now. Let's pay attention real quickly.
I'm trying to get my coochie stretch. I'm trying to get my coochie stretch and eat.
This is again like you can record at any time period. Like I said, because I don't understand how all black women are responsible for the behavior of this woman. This woman is like an isolated incident of a woman that so happens to be black acting out and shit. You can find millions of videos of anybody of any race, description, or gender identity, or anything doing like literally anything. You can find videos of white women acting weird and shit like that, or even Asian women and those Middle Eastern women that y'all claim to love so much. But at the end of the day, her being kind of weird in public, kind of is acting out, ain't gonna lie. But like I said, it's no different from what I see like a lot of white girls doing downtown. So I don't understand why we're now being racist and saying all black women are responsible for this kind of behavior and all black women do this.
We'll be eating ass today in London. Period, baby. I'm trying to get this coochie stretch.
And I feel like that's all that needs to be said here, because he's playing it multiple times and he's not going to add any commentary to the thing that just happened or what's going on. You can say a million times that it's bad because they're acting weird in front of white people. It's like, dude, this is not the first time some and vice versa too, because there's been plenty of times where different races of people have acted weird in front of black people, like older black people. This ain't the first time some black people have done something weird in front of a public place, in front of some old white people and all that, and it ain't gonna be the last time either.
The loser walks in front of the people that are minding their own business. Mind you,
I'm sure she makes more money than you and me combined, but okay, man, preach.
This is in front of Buckingham Palace in the UK and starts.
Who cares?
Talking about the Pound Town Cake song. I want to get my coochie scratched.
And like I said, the fact that how he's commentating on this video, he's not adding it's nothing to analyze here, because the only thing that you can do is promote bigotry and have your audience fume over a black woman kind of acting weird in public. But like I said, again, you can find millions of videos of anybody with any description acting weird. So, this is literally trying to justify racism.
Get my coochie stretch. I don't know if she had them people shooketh. Oh, emoji. And they.
Nobody care. Like, nobody cares. So we come here to the comments to read every comment slowly. Like, this shit really matters in a grand scheme of things about the problems that black women are doing. You really think? And then we're gonna go to this comment right here, because I think this is because he's connected to this comment, in an indirect way, dear white people, all black women are not like this, you really think that it doesn't matter? Because this is the thing about racism. I mean, you can ask this guy because, like I said, he's directly connected. It does not matter what black people or black women do. People are still gonna have their personal bigotries. Because there's plenty of black women doing positive things all the time and filming videos about that shit, but we never see or hear about it. There's plenty of black women who just go to work every day and just have a normal fucking life. Of course you're not going to hear about that. The fact that people are racist or have a negative opinion of another race of human being, whether it's, men, woman, or, anybody in between, or, queer or whatever, is not the result of a few videos of, somebody of that demographic acting weird. That person just has their preconceived biases.
And you swipe, and then you see content which displays what we all should be looking like, irrespective of the colors of our skin, to her ridiculous ass behavior.
What, you're gonna bow down to them? You're gonna lick their shoes? You're gonna shine their shoes, boy? You're gonna shine their fucking shoes? Nobody cares, dude. Like, literally nobody fucking cares, dude. And there's been plenty of times, dude, and I'm 100% sure, where it's been like black business women and women getting off work and what have you, and then a bunch of white girls come through acting all sketchy and shit like that. This is not mutually exclusive to one race or another, where people act out because they're drunk or because they're partying or because they're a pop star that really, doesn't care about the world around it. Because I don't know who the Sukihana girl is. I really don't care. It really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. I'm only here because this guy is literally trying to justify racism against black women because a video of some black woman acting kind of weird.
You see, the Shade Room, like most of these media outlets, don't give a shit about you. They're just here to collect the bag. They're just here to demonstrate a component of culture, to appropriate the nastiest and the most degrading people.
Maybe they're just a tabloid that shows pop stars acting stupid. It could just be that. Like, yeah, you're making that face right now. Pause on it. Seriously, it's just a tabloid that, just like TMZ, they get viral videos of celebrities doing weird shit and they post it because they know it gets some clicks and it makes them money. And they're not an organization that's meant to have a socioeconomic analysis about the behavior that's taking place right now. Nor are they an organization, it seems to me, to be promoting any political agenda or another. But you're making it political, by trying to put your beliefs in, foisting your beliefs onto other people when nobody cares.
Amongst us for the dollar. All of those classy, sophisticated black women that I just talked about previously, why are you followed to
why you don't show any videos of them?
Channels like this? Because you're
because they want to laugh. Or they dream of being rich too, sadly enough.
Complacency makes you just as guilty. Why do you continue?
They don't have shit to do with what she's doing. What can they do to stop a woman from doing some shit like this? Like, don't get me wrong, there has been like boycotts of people and stuff like that, but in the grand scheme of things, socioeconomically, this is not, especially if we're talking black women, videos like this are not hurting black women. Again, racism in the way that it's entwined in our society throughout capitalism, through white supremacy and patriarchy, is much more complicated than a video of some black women celebrities doing some weird shit in public. Like, can we please move on to something else, dude? I'm literally getting tired of saying that over and over again. It's fucking boring, bro. Nobody cares about no celebrity doing no weird shit. You can find a celebrity, I'm sure, of any fucking description doing weird shit, and you can say like, oh, does this celebrity movie star who touched the little girl, does Jared Fogle, the fucking commercial fucking person, he get caught up with the pedo charge? Does he stand for all white men? What about all the abusive white bitches that done stuff to their kids? Is Casey Anthony every white woman? Like, Jesus Christ, dude. When you find a video or instance of somebody of a certain demographic doing something, it does not represent the entire demographic of people. Doing that is the justification of bigotry.
And share it with your friends.
Well, it's a justification of bigotry.
Look at how stupid Sukihana is in demonstrating herself like this. Oh, I would never act like this ever.
I don't think it's funny either, but I just don't follow the shade room and don't pay attention to the stuff that they do. I don't care. Because if you really, and it's like I always say in these videos about these black quote unquote right wing people, like these alpha male content creators or these black Republicans, is that in the grand scheme of things, if they actually cared about the things that the black race had to deal with and the problems in our community, they would be criticizing white supremacy, capitalism, patriarchy, in our labor organization, in our country, in the police and what have you. They would not be putting up stupid videos of, oh, look at this black woman who like left her kid in the bathroom. See, look, this is the problem in the black community, and then just walk away from the fucking video. Why a bunch of like incel black dudes fucking, you know, go find her OnlyFans and jerk off to whatever, dude. Adri, god damn. Oh man, how many times am I gonna have to edit this? Where were we? Making fun of this guy for fucking trying to blame all black women for a one-off video of some black women being weird in public. Boy, shut up.
Again, on to the next doom scroll up on Instagram. Money doesn't make everything acceptable, and your complacency is...
Nobody cares. Why are you blaming all black women for the behavior of a rich black woman? And it's not even about her being rich either in this case, as much as I dislike rich people in general. Why are you blaming all black women for her behavior? Why are they accountable for the things that she do? When it's just a tabloid, you know, posted her being weird, and then it kind of went viral. So now that's all black women's fault. It better be something else interesting in this video, bro. I'm dead ass like bored. Like I'm dead ass fucking bored. Like I don't have time for this. Yeah, I know. I'm guessing this is gonna be that you're afraid of women having their own socioeconomic mobility, so you can't abuse them and force them to be in relationships with you. I'm guessing that's where this is about to go.
Keke Palmer. I was actually having a discussion with a young brother like randomly yesterday, walking around, and he was like, man, you good? Like, I know you've been going through a lot recently. I said, yeah, man, I might be going through a lot more in a little bit because I just released this Keke Palmer video, you know, talking about the way that she's been treating her baby father publicly and denouncing him, and then kind of displaying herself openly and influencing others around her that relationships don't matter, family don't matter, father.
It's like I don't know much about this situation, but I'm sure this is like hyper bullshit. I think I remember something about Keke Palmer, like dancing with somebody. What this is doing right now is selling you insecurity. Ain't no women or group of women going around trying to teach people that relationships and shit doesn't matter, bro. It's rare, far and few that you will actually find women that will say relationships don't matter. You know that women want relationships too. So don't let this dude tell you this like insecure bullshit like, oh, she was twerking on stage and wore a revealing outfit, so she's trying to teach women to be hoes. Like, no, that's not how it works in general.
Don't matter and everything above.
Because keep in mind, most black women are just regular women. They have jobs, they have lives, they have things that happen to them, and they just want somebody that's gonna treat them right. Most of the time, it's very far and few women that you will find that are actively trying to like sleep around and all this other shit. They're talking about some, look, they're promoting a culture of just sleeping around. There's not many women, because it's still frowned upon anyways, but it's not many women that feel safe even living like that for many different reasons. Most women just want one man. And don't let this dude or anybody else try to tell you or teach you that it's a bunch of women out here trying to like hoe around and take advantage of men once they get in a relationship. Because the only thing this does, like I said, it makes you angry and reclusive when you listen to this bullshit.
What he then reiterated back to me is why I felt so strongly when I saw this particular clip. Because, see, I can have dissension towards Sukihana, but at the end of the day, I know to a degree of where that abyss-level thinking from Sukihana comes from, which is directly from the hood. And being a product of your own environment represents why she acts like a pit bull right now. But Keke...
But down the line, what caused that? Then talk about that. See, this dude somehow down the line has the knowledge enough. I'm gonna turn him up a little bit. He's a little bit too low because I just don't want these guys to be louder than me. That's all. But he somehow down the line has the knowledge to know that girls that are quote unquote hood and stuff like that are the what they are because the environment that they grew up in. But he refuses to actually ever make videos about these environments and why they exist. Notice that.
Your life has been publicized. We've seen you win for how many years now? Since you were this big. We've seen the Nickelodeon shows, we've seen the movies, we saw your ascension, and we supported you. That's why black men are so hurt when we see what you've become, because within our own lives, we've seen the
To be honest with you, as a black man, I really don't care because I don't listen to rap. I don't listen to modern rap or R&B. So the things that these people do don't really affect or offend me in any way. I got better shit to do than just be walking around crying about things celebrities do. Not to mention the fact knowing that it's not about their influence that's causing the black community to be a certain way. There's greater enemies out there: capitalism, white supremacy, patriarchy. Not because of a fucking rapper. In fact, one thing that I would say, and I think I'm gonna move on from this segment too. As far as these influencers and rappers and shit like that, their main audiences is actually suburban white teenagers. It's not black people. Black people live the lives that we live thanks to the system that we were born under, in the odds being stacked against us and what have you. But a lot of these white teenagers love seeing black women, and I hate to say it like that, being ghetto, and they love seeing black men being gangster because they want to emulate that type of controversial way of life. So this shit about black people are getting influenced by black celebrities to not love family or whatever else the fuck he's saying is simply not true. From a statistical point and from a point of just like this is not how passing of culture works.
transition of women in general, where they've allowed the impact of feminism and maybe like a couple of hurtful relationships within their life to impact their minds so much, where they clearly say to everyone around them that they
No, you think it would be the other way around for somebody like this? You're letting a few hurt relationships or the times there you got your feelings hurt when you were younger. And most likely, like I said, I don't know his life, but I'm sure a lot of people that are watching his dumbass videos done had their feelings hurt by a woman, or was chasing after somebody that didn't want them or that had a man or something like that. And then they let those hurt feelings turn into like actual bigotry against black women or against women at large. And feminism has little to nothing to do with this because the problems that feminism seeks to alleviate go far beyond, some woman getting a free pizza from you or the woman you were wanting to talk to for months had a girlfriend, a boyfriend or something, or she was lesbian or whatever. Like the parameters that's actually hurting people, and the things that feminists, like I said, it seeks to leave go far beyond some hurt men and even hurt women.
don't need no man, or in your words, I don't need no ninja, because you already got the bag. And you're
And I mean, a lot of the time, women don't need men and stuff like that. And this is not promoting relationships and stuff like that. This is the thing about being in a relationship too. A lot of men think that their money and prowess wins them women, but that really doesn't work anymore. These days, when it comes to meeting women, you have to bring something more to the table besides money and looks. Women actually want somebody that they can spend their life and time with, because most women and stuff, they understand that the average man that they meet is not going to be rich. Even women that are like in the hood and stuff like that, they understand that they're not going to probably, I'm going to twerk and get with a millionaire. And I'm going to bat for those type of women. I hate them motherfuckers. But point being, seriously, on some real shit, most women understand that they're not going to get with no rich man. They just want somebody that's going to treat them right, that they can vibe and live their lives with. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but it's not about hurting or taking advantage of man. It's not about destroying the family, which capitalism has done a good job of, if you ask me. It's more so about just having socioeconomic mobility so women don't have to be forced into abusive relationships anymore. And that's all that it is, because a lot of these men out here that are following guys like this or Tate, Aiden Ross, Sneeko, and all these other motherfuckers, what they really need to keep in mind. And I mean, all the way from the red pill, all the way to like people that are neo Nazis and shit like that, is that women love their socioeconomic mobility so much because it's a shield against abusive men. And often at the times, men that are followers of these cult of personalities, all the way back from Stefan Molyneux and Black Pigeon Speaks, all the way up to Andrew Tate and what have you, they're abusive men. And women that don't have socioeconomic mobility get in relationships with these people, you're subject to beatings. You're subject to you know, fuck, like, weird ass rules around the house, and what you can wear, what you can't wear. You got to be recluse from society because you married or you got into a relationship with this man, and you no longer have, because you never have financial freedom, but you won't even have your generalized freedom. And I'm trying not to get too deep into what happens in abusive relationships, but often at a time, these relationships for women can get really bad. So when women are going around bragging about not needing a man, it's not because they don't value a family. It's not even because they don't want a man. Most women talk like that because, like I said, there's socioeconomic mobility. That goes from women that are auto mechanics all the way up to women that work in office buildings, that are game designers and all that, making $50,000 to $100,000 a year or more, or even the women that are making like $30,000 $40,000 a year. These women have a shield against abuse, and it's really that simple. Like, and that's what women are proud of. And men, often at the time, you gotta look within yourself. Like what are you gonna actually do in a relationship if a woman isn't working? Are you gonna value that woman? Are you gonna take care of her? Are you ready to be like the actual breadwinner and shit like that? And a lot of people that go around saying that they're a fucking alpha male at 13 years old, of course, you're not ready to actually be with the woman. You're not actually able to get in the mindset for being in with the woman for the long haul and taking complete responsibility for your household. So with that said, with how capitalism is working nowadays, it's harder for one person to survive off one income anyway, or two people off one income anyway. Most women just value their socioeconomic mobility because, again, it shields them from abuse. And then again, it's that thing I always say also before we move on. Women are not just going to sit around lining the sidewalks waiting for a man to take care of them. They're going to get shit done, and that includes single mothers.
Your young 30-ish years on this planet, do understand that it's not all about the bag. It's not all about the money. What you'll soon find out is that
now with this nigga, it's not all about the money and all about the bag. Because I guarantee you that if a man was to come to him and say that, man, I hate how it works so much, then it'd be some, well, you got to be the breadwinner, bro. It's all about the bag. You got to chase the money. You got to eat shit and love it. But then when these women say that they love having money and they love having their socioeconomic mobility, all of a sudden now it's not all about the money. So capitalism for men, but not capitalism for women.
Relationship that you've chose to disrespect in front of millions of people, utilizing Usher as a pawn to be able to do that will be one of the greatest falls from grace, or the forgiveness, showing off to the world what he values within the four walls of your home. That I wanted to go over here today was from this YouTuber called Sassy Trucker, and
I know you hate her fucking guts, dude. This is a woman with the with the fucking possibly unionized transportation job. That she's like, if she's actually like a truck driver that like goes around and stuff like that, and she so happens to look good and probably has like an OnlyFans on the side, bro, I can only imagine. This dude's about to film and not make a lot of sense, bro. Let's go.
Recently just covered her story in Dubai, how she got locked up. In the news story, had her mother talking about, well, she just went to go get her keys or some shit out of her car, and then the guy had an attitude, and then they locked her up for yelling back. All of this bullshit, all of these lies. This is her actual YouTube channel, and just a quick look just on the thumbnail.
I don't really have context on this situation, but I wouldn't really be surprised if somebody saw like a good, decent-looking young woman in Dubai, because that's a I want to say it's not like an Islamic emirate, but a lot of men over there are more conservative of their views of women, and those more conservative views that they have on women over there cause her to be subject to some sort of abuse by law enforcement. It wouldn't really surprise me. And he's trying to make it seem like her telling her story about how she was abused by somebody is a lie. It's really insensitive and like fucked up to the grander scheme of things, because she really could not made it out of that situation. even if she's like from another country.
Thumbnails, and understand this. I usually hate when people just go over the thumbnails and shit. I have not gone specifically into the content, but just looking
Just complain about her tits and ass already.
at the thumbnails itself.
Why are you here? Ain't you supposed to be married? Ain't you supposed to have a girlfriend or a wife? Ain't you supposed to be working 24/7 and on a grind, dog, and hustling and eating shit and loving it? Why are you here looking at her page? Because a lot of y'all motherfuckers always complain about women, having thumbnails like this and what have you. Not only that, and then going to their pages, ironically enough. But you don't have to be here looking at this shit. You don't have to. There's plenty of other pages on YouTube that you can look at with a woman, just dressed regular or doing something else normal or reviewing like cartoons or something like that. You don't have to be on this page. You're choosing to be here to look at these thumbnails with her showing her women bits.
What is it that you notice? Heavy degrees of sexuality used throughout her content, and
because maybe it's because YouTube is about making money and she's doing it for clicks. It's a lot of male YouTubers that use their women too. It's a lot of male YouTubers that use their their private part prints and like pictures with their shirt off and stuff like that too to try to get women and gay men to click on their YouTube videos too. So like I'm not understanding what is the point here? Like YouTube is about making money. She wants people to click on her videos, so she uses derogatory thumbnails to get those clicks because she's trying to make money off her YouTube videos. And this is her way of doing it. She's her body, her choice. What she wants to do has nothing to do with you. If you want to like date some non-existent bitch that is gonna cover up completely for you and make videos about like I don't know, the textures of laundry detergent or some shit, go look for her. But this isn't her. Like, why are you here? Are you mad? Does her body, does it make you angry? Does it make you feel like, oh, I'm supposed to be no fat? I'm just making fun of him at this point. Let's go, dude.
And truth be told, show me a woman on social media that demonstrates herself sexually like this, and I will show you a woman with either daddy issues or some type of mental health issues.
How do you know that? You don't know every woman that's into like sex work or that exposes her body. It's perfectly normal ass women out here, and nowadays everybody has a mental health problem. Clearly the fuck you do. Your entire channel is nothing but like psychopathic rants about women doing like something wrong, and then you paint it as a broad brush of being all women. You clearly got fucking mental problems. You got mommy and daddy issues. You got shit that needs to be cleaned up about you. So how fucking dare you say that about people in general? You don't have no right to say that in general about anybody, bro. You're a fucking idiot who spends his entire YouTube career psychotically ranting about every little thing you can find about a woman doing something wrong out of context. So fuck you for saying that.
That she's currently struggling through. I mean, she's holding titties. Ma'am, where is the top of your shirt right here? And the list goes on and on and on. And you often see this by women that...
Whoa, I care so much, man.
Are well endowed, which that she absolutely is. But one thing that I said in my previous...
Makes you angry, doesn't it?
This video is that many women in Western culture and society today, as well as black women, live in a state of complete and utter delusion. You see, in America, where you are protected by men, and as well as protected by the simps that allow you to uphold your bad behavior,
or maybe they're protected by laws in our country that allows women to dress provocatively in public if they want to. If we're going there, it's not about anybody else doing anything. Just harassing a woman because she's like half dressed or something is just against the law in America. You just can't do it. And then it's freedom of speech and freedom of expression for a woman to wear as much clothing as she wants to or doesn't want to. And there's limitations, of course, because you still got laws. You can't go outside naked, but there's a certain amount of clothing that a woman doesn't, have to have on. It's freedom of expression. Like, deal with it. That's the law. I don't know what to tell you. You're mad trying to say everybody is simping for them and shit like that. Well, so what are you saying? Like, oh, simps protect women. So what? Are you the type of guy that goes out in public? See, you want to know what type of guy this is, bro? And a lot of people that watch this video, you go to a bar, take 2 or 3 drinks, get drunk, black out, maybe not even blackout. You get mad. You see a fine ass woman walk in and shit, and then you probably like either A, you start off being aggressive with her, or B, you ask for a number and she rejects you. Then you start calling her a bitch and talking about how you're gonna beat her up, and then some guy knocks you the fuck out and drags you out the bar. Then that's simps protecting women from you harassing women for dressing how they want to and going out. Cause that's literally what this sounds like, bro. I've seen it before. This is literally like a meme in movies where you have like some unattractive guy who is angry and starts like stalking a woman, and then some guy has to come over and knock him the fuck out. Like, maybe you're just that guy, bro. Maybe you're not hot shit and as attractive as you think you are, and you got a lot of work to do on yourself.
What you often find is that they'll go into other places in the world and have to answer for their abhorrent behavior. Recently,
Wearing revealing clothing is not abhorrent behavior. It just so happens to not be accepted in different parts of the world as it's accepted over here. Like, what is this? What are you on about?
there was a clip of her acting abhorrently released onto the internet. Pay attention.
I'm sure we're not going to get context.
Shout out to this lovely young woman right here who calls a spade a damn spade. At the Shade Room, here is the rodent locked up in Dubai. This isn't the first time that she's a violent drunk. Her mama knows exactly how her daughter behaves. Whatever they say she did it. Pay attention.
Don't think you're gonna touch
I'm gonna act like that.
and run off.
I'm gonna act like that.
Cause you're a bitch.
No. Put some shoes on. You wanna fight? Crazy, bro.
I really don't know, bro.
Frankly, to treat the husband of one of your friends the way that she is treating this guy right here says
There's one or two things that I can guess from this. Is that number one, she's drunk and out of her mind, so she's like being, you know, a little bit aggressive, you can say. Or two, maybe it's greater context to the situation, because let me tell you something. Especially a lot of married men, and I say that ironically as a married man, ain't shit, and you don't know what this guy could have probably did or said to her to set her off. Because we don't get
a
that
lot about her
context
as a
in the
person.
video. I'm
No
assuming.
respect, no sanctity,
Well, like he
truly
pissed
rodent
himself.
behavior as detailed right here. Grown women should not be acting like this, but in the West, respect, right. Take their ratchet behavior abroad. They are met.
Just because women have less rights abroad, so they may not necessarily get the same protections as they do in the United States or Britain or what have you. Like this deep, like fascistic insecurity about women. There being laws in the West that protect women from abuse. Like that's basically what he's doing. And then I hope right here what's not happening also, because I can't get a vibe on it because he's being so fucking light-lipped, because these alpha male right-wing dudes are bitches, and they will not exactly say what they mean and mean what they say. Because every time I hear Western woman, problem with Western woman, is often the talking point that I hear from actual neo-Nazis, by the way. But these people are just angry that women have a platform to protect them from abuse in general, and they use videos of women acting out in public to say, look, this wouldn't stand for abroad, because they want women to be deprived of their rights over here. But that's going to be very hard to do and won't happen, so he just says it over and over again to make incels angry.
Met by a system of rules and laws that do not tolerate that BS. It's quite simple. When you're in other people's land, show them respect. But why is it that we're so afraid to ask for our own levels of respect right here? Or 23.5.
Because it's actual like laws that protect women from people abusing them. Like I said, because like I said, I feel like that's what's happening here, and I didn't realize it. He's using a video of a woman acting out and getting arrested in public, whether it was her fault or not, to try to justify depriving women of their rights over here. I know, piece of shit, right?
5 black women that listen to this channel right here. Listen, I know a lot of this doesn't feel good in the way that I'm articulating myself, but I have to be direct. I have to be courteous.
It's not that it doesn't feel good what you're doing. I just feel like you're full of shit and don't know what you're talking about. You know, to put it simple, dude, because you have not said anything in this video that is a valid, you know, well, because of course being bigoted against black women is not a valid criticism anyway, because it's just bigotry at the end of the day. But like, you have not brought up or said nothing important or groundbreaking in this entire video. This entire fucking video, you've literally just been like, see this video of this like woman acting up weird. That's literally been this entire fucking video, dude. And then you're fucking doing your desperate fucking virtue signal at taking rights from women. That's all that's fucking happening here, dude. You need to get over your fucking self and learn how to be a modern man instead of criticizing modern women. And maybe your ass to get married or something like that. Or whoever the fuck watches his dumbass video will get married. I don't know if it's anything else worth like listening to in the rest of this video. So let's keep going, bro.
And straight to the point. If you're looking at the stats and the trajectory of your community, in terms of marriage rates, divorce rates, employment rates, as well as inflation, you guys are in desperate and in dire need of change in leadership. I am not your enemy, but you make me and dudes like me feel like you're our enemy when we address these issues to you.
Because you are my enemy, because you serve the interests of white supremacy by not criticizing the systems that we live under and blaming our problems, our socioeconomic problems on women, and not, you know, deconstructing society in such a way that has a positive outcome. Because at the end of the day, like I'll keep saying, I guess I'm gonna end right here, because if he's gonna like do this shit like I'm acting like I'm not your enemy. See, it's like I said in that one video when I was making fun of that angry man show, son of a bitch, is that if these people actually cared about black men and black women, they would be criticizing capitalism, white supremacy, patriarchy, and the other social structures and economic structures that we live under. You would not be making fucking 20-minute videos talking about hey, black women, enough is enough. This is your fault. These women are acting fucking weird. And then this is not even being watched by women, by the way. It's being watched by angry black men who, you know, can't get laid. You know, sorry, more power to you. I hope you make it out. But it ain't gonna happen if you keep listening to bullshit like this. My problem with you and why you're an enemy of the black community, an enemy of activism, especially black leftist activism in general, is because, again, you do not seek to alleviate the problems caused by capitalism and white supremacy. You seek to reinforce these biases against black people, and especially against black women, by blaming and shunting their problems off onto black women, and even, I'm sure, onto black men to some extent too. You have a right-wing agenda. You're an incremental part of the white supremacist movement in America right now, because you know they need a few good blacks to help them by, and you're just another cog in the machine of dipshittery that helps people like that along. So fuck you. I hope you have I really hope you have a bad life.